Math,
Hi,
everyone.
guys.
Hey.
Hello.
We are Mark, Steven, and Jeff with Hummy's VR Comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for showing up to our podcast. We
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Thanks for stopping in.
Thank you. Goodbye.
There's the door.
Great.
Guys, real quick. We need to go on our little world tour of words.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good. Another idiom.
I have another idiom for you,
Yes.
boys.
Great. Love it.
I give you the idiom. You tell me what it means and where you think it's from.
I will do that.
Okay. And I will give it to you right now. It is emit smoke from 7 orifices.
Wow.
And just so that you're clear, the orifices, and this is included in the thing that where I found this. The orifices they're specific about this: eyes, ears, nostrils, mouth. So,
Thank you.
so there's no confusion.
Thank you for the clarification.
Yes,
That's interesting. Okay, so they consider 7 orifices: eyes, ears, nose, mouth.
I just learned that eyes were orifices.
They stayed in the head.
yeah.
Emit smoke from 7 orifices. Yeah, this means that you're so fuming mad that you're emitting smoke, just not out of your nostrils like a cartoon, but you're emitting smoke from all 7 parts of your head. That's how mad you are. And this comes from, boy, this is something that the French say. That's what they do. You know, they have those long cigarettes. They smoke a lot. You know. And, you know, they've seen some shit in Europe over the decades and centuries and millennia. So,
just one long drag off of one of those French cigarettes, and then it's just all right back out of all the holes in their head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Mark?
what that means. 100%.
Okay, I'll try to go to. I think Steven's got it. But I'm gonna go with what is the south of Europe?
Like Italy?
Italy.
Part?
Is there any more southern?
Greece? Is Greece down there, like in the Mediterranean?
Yeah.
Let's do Greece. This is.
Do I have to pull up a Europe map again in this episode?
Not a daily episode thing. I'm gonna go with that. It's gonna be Greece, and I am emitting smoke from 7 orifices, and this is unbelievable. My head's exploding with knowledge.
Okay.
Holy hell!
Oh, your brain's working so hard that smoke's coming out? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, good one.
So, Steven, yours was anger.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mark's yours is wonder and knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And wonder, maybe surprise.
Surprise. Okay. Surprise. I can see surprise.
Yeah.
Well, this one, Steven, actually, this is just to be extremely angry.
Yeah. Okay.
Damn.
All right.
Good one, man.
I got one right. Nice.
So, bravo. Unfortunately,
my location was not right. Huh?
Yes, it was not French or Greek.
Okay.
This is a Chinese phrase or idiom.
Okay.
That's very surprising to me.
They added as a little footnote here, there is another, if you like fiery anger related idioms, there's one from Hindi, from the Hindi language, I guess, that is to excrete embers. So,
wow. Okay.
Saying the same thing. And they're like, I am excreting embers right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
But they don't, this one, unfortunately, they don't clarify what orifice you're excreting these from. So it could be your sweating embers, your puking embers.
Yeah. Well, what's our idiom for that? Already, what? I'm
so
fuming.
Goddamn fucking mad.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it.
We use that motherfucker for like just about everything. So
yeah. Wow.
So that's our little tour around the world.
The more you know. Can we get a
And
chime
we know
there
more now.
to end the segment?
I will make a note to add
Thank you.
chime.
Add
And
chime.
I'm just going to add one ding, just
That's
in
good.
case I don't get to it or have a hard time finding an acceptable file. Then we've got one in there.
Okay. Oh, you know what? Make it a gong.
Gong. There,
Okay.
just to cover bases. I can take it out if I find a better one. If not, it's in there. Everybody's happy this way.
I have a science topic.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you want to stay around the dick and balls region,
Please.
hear this.
Okay.
Very short, not much explanation here. Very quick thing, but this just came out today.
Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking science news. It says giant study finds that Viagra is linked to almost 70% lower risk of Alzheimer's.
Wow.
Yeah. Can you believe that? They took like years of data, people reporting this and that. Turns out that older people that don't have much Alzheimer's, turns out they've been taking Viagra. There's like a 70% correlation there. Isn't that weird?
That is crazy.
I think
Yeah.
I
Because
get that though.
I
this
guess
is
because it like helps increase blood flow, maybe, and then maybe that helps the brain also, something like that.
I know.
sure. I would.
I mean,
I know what it
that's-
is. It's not that.
no.
What
What
is
is it?
No. So I believe it's because when you're older and you're having trouble getting it up, you just want to forget about you having no good limp dick.
Oh, okay, okay. So you're subconsciously trying to forget.
So you're deleting your own thoughts of your currentness and you're remembering all the times when you had that good stiff boy. And
Okay, interesting.
yeah, you don't remember anything day to day, but you remember like back when you were a kid, you know, when that,
Interesting. Okay.
yeah, no, it's a fact. So, you know, the people who are taking Viagra and who are using that Hardy Boy, they got something to live for. So they're like, I gotta,
They're not getting Alzheimer's. Yeah.
yeah,
Isn't that weird?
I gotta remember all this.
Okay.
Yeah,
On
man.
the opposite side of that, it's like if you're a very, very elderly man and people ask you, oh, what are things do you remember? You'd be like, well, in my later life, I just remember being hard all the time.
I could actually, I don't remember anything. I just got this dick full of blood. I can't think straight.
But that's pretty interesting. Good news, I guess. I mean, turns out if you read later in the article that it actually kind of helps with a couple other things like coronary artery disease, hypertension, stuff like that, type 2 diabetes. But here's the other kicker I found in this article. Are you ready?
No, please tell me there's no downside.
No. This is interesting though. If you listen closely to how I worded the title of this article, I'll read it again. Study finds Viagra is linked to almost 70% lower risk of Alzheimer's.
Wow. It's
What?
69.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It turns out that the study has shown
Nice.
that it reduces Alzheimer's by 69%. And I
Nice.
think in the article they made it 70 so people wouldn't think it was a joke.
Right. That's a good point. They could have
I
just
think
tested it like
they-
a couple more people, you know? Boom,
Right.
70%. Someone just didn't want to do the fucking work. Or
But
did
this
the
was
work
millions.
perfectly.
This was a huge study. This was millions of cases. Like, so it is 69%.
Wow.
But for the article, I think they rounded it up one. Otherwise, people wouldn't read it. They're like, funny, it's a joke. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
That is, I mean, honestly, like on a genuine note, like good for them for catching that, because I guarantee that's what would have happened if
Yeah.
they had just left it at Like, aha, boner pill 69.
Yeah, this is an Onion article, or this is a SNL sketch. So, yeah, right. Yeah,
Well,
so
like that's like honestly very interesting because those there is Alzheimer's in my family, and there is like
yeah, ours too.
heart disease,
Yeah.
like that.
I'm gonna contact my doctor like tomorrow.
Oh,
Be
I
like,
don't think you
get me on the pill.
like there's there like they advertise it on podcasts now because like the patent ran out for Viagra. So now like all these blue chews and like what are all these like these things? They're it's just generic Viagra.
Yeah.
Yeah, it yeah, this it's called sildenafil.
Yeah.
That thing, yeah.
Yeah, what does this bottle say? Yeah, sildenafil. Yeah.
Okay. Right, yeah.
No, that's
Have
So-
either of you taken one of those before?
no, because
No.
No. Okay.
just
I'm
I
going
feel
to.
like it
No,
would
for
make
you
your
either.
heart explode.
Yeah. Well, so 2 no's.
2 no's. I've never.
Well, boys. Well, guess what? I found out. I fuck around and found out.
Yeah.
I
did. Okay, 10 years ago, I did take one of those. I did look. I did take one of those gas station energy pill things.
Well, that's not the
energy
same.
pills? No.
It's not quite the same, I guess. But what did you take?
I took the Viagra. I took that. So
Okay. Did it
real
work?
quick, didn't work. Did it fucking work? Yeah, it made me 15 again. 18 for legal purposes, but
Just say 18.
yeah, 18. So this is what happened. I was actually in college. I was it's like 22, which is like most people are doing their math like you should have been out of college by then. Well, hey guys, a news flash. I was in college till I was 24. Um so I started seeing this girl, and I couldn't tell you exactly what it was, but I was like stressed out beyond belief. Like a lot of shit going on in my life, and I was like, started seeing this girl for a little bit, and it was just like, you know what, things weren't working out. Uh, had two kind of sessions. I guess you couldn't say it's a session if it doesn't happen. If a tree falls in the woods. So I go to the doctor. I go, dude,
if
I
a
don't
tree
know.
flops down into the woods, belly first.
The tree's not even standing up. It's just, it's in the woods. It's laying down. You're poking it with another stick, and it's like, how'd you get so hard? I go to the doctor, and he chalks it up to stress. I think it was like one of the last years. I think I can't remember exactly when it was, but it was like school was stressing me out, work was stressing me out, all this different stuff. And then so he goes, I'll give you this pack, this 5-pack for free. He was like, you just take it. And he's like, you can try it, see if that helps. He goes,
Did
I think
you
it's
have it.
Yeah, he goes, I think it's a part of like your stress. Like I think you're you're really stressed out, and sometimes that can happen. And I go, okay. So took it. Good news, everyone. It worked. It works great. I'm a big fan. And this is early. This is like early 20s. So you don't need any help at all. But side effect. I'm a big gym guy. I like going to the gym. The next day, I went to the gym, and I did a like a warm up set or two, and then I started to get into it. I'm like, all right, let's do this first set. Let's start hammering this out. I started jerking off in the gym. No, I think I was doing. I forgot what I was doing, but it was the first set, and I swear to God, It was one of the most painful feelings I've ever had in my life. And what happened, it felt like someone took a 2x4 and cracked it over the back of my head because the whatever blood vessels were like still like dilated or whatever, I guess. And I I'm I might have at the time also taken like a pre-workout thing that does that too. And yeah, so it was like completely like open and like the base of my skull. I swear to God, I was laying down in the gym. That's how hard it wasn't. Just like, oh, this really hurts. Give me a minute. I was laying down,
Jesus
holding the
Christ.
back of my head, and it happened twice.
So like all of
Because
your
I
veins
couldn't put that together.
were just like fire hoses, just sending the maximum amount of blood to every part of your body.
Right. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
wow.
Yeesh.
Yeah. It was wild, man. So if you do take it, just try to take it easy the next day, I guess.
Okay. Wow.
But then
Good.
again,
That's a good educational thing.
yeah.
Wow. Good to know. Okay.
Anything on this before we move on? Because I have something that rolls right into this.
Oh boy.
Roll into it.
All right, here we go. We're talking about Alzheimer's. We're talking about heart disease in the family. So we're talking about doctors getting checked up, right? I have had a couple of people I know, comics specifically, who have had testicular cancer. One who was younger than me that unfortunately passed away.
From the testicular cancer?
Yeah, like it just had spread, and they got really late on it. The other one is doing fine right now. But I was starting to think, and obviously, you get older, you start thinking about your health a little bit more. And I saw like, an ad like you should get yourself checked out. I'm like, God, I was like, I want to get checked out. And Dana, my wife, was like, well, go see your primary. I was like, I don't want to go see him. I see him. I'll have to see him again. I don't. It's just I don't want to come in and be like, oh, I got a sore throat, and be like, how are your tiny balls doing? It's like, it's like he'll know too much. As soon as he sees them, it'll be too much. So there are these things that are obviously sensitive to us, men and women, where it's just like, I'm a little uncomfortable with whatever situation, right? I think I'm onto something, but I think there should be a glory hole doctor.
Okay, I'm listening.
So
you can reveal all your problems. You don't have to stare a guy in the face and tell him stuff.
Right. You say, can you check
want a Catholic Church confessional doctor?
Catholic Church confessional? I want the Hail Marys. I want a little slat to open. You say all your problems. He puts his hand in there. He feels around. He can feel your balls, and then the slat closes, and he goes, "All right, didn't feel anything. If you want to scan, we can. I don't know how science works or whatever, but you can scan it too if you need to. But like the whole thing is like you don't know what they look like. They don't know what you look like. You just got to make sure you're going into a doctor's office for this. I would say don't go behind a Walmart and there's like a cardboard box and it's like ball check here. But I don't know. I thought about that, and of course, I thought it was funny. And then I later thought, this is kind of a good idea.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, if you're too embarrassed to tell the doctor something, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. The nurse might come in and be like, "Oh, what's going on today?" "Oh, nothing. Everything's good. I'll wait for the doctor to come in. Thank you."
Right?
Yeah. No, that's great. But I think it's a fantastic idea. I'm just thinking like logistically, some things like if he's got to check your prostate, he's got to stick his arm through that hole in the wall, and he's got to instruct you to back up. Like his arm only goes so long, so he's got to tell you, can you back up further onto this thing? You know what I mean? Just little stuff like that. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe the hole's big enough where like he can get a whole arm in if he needs to. Where it's like
that's what I'm thinking.
there's a small table.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking it's a whole arm, kind of like one of those like quarantine science boxes, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, like one of
No.
the like preemie incubator, like
Yeah,
where they
like
have you put the gloves.
there's a glove already that he puts his arm in. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Right.
okay, I'd be down with that. Like just put me in
Yeah.
like a big plastic case and then but it's all just mirrored so I can't see them.
Right.
No.
I'd like that and just two unknown gloved hands touching around me. I'd be okay with
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, see now this I do think this is a good idea because that's how there are some checkups that I would like to do that way.
Mhm. I just don't want to
Um,
look in someone else's eyes after they've already, felt around my
I
sack.
know. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's I wonder and I know like men well, I guess what is it like a lot of men die from stubbornness or whatever for from
Yeah.
not wanting to go to the doctor and everything.
Mhm.
Well, there's a lot of like teleconferencing doctor visits now, from I think pre-pandemic and especially because of the pandemic, that's all ramped up. What if there was a fake like sexting app where you like you're sending junk pictures, but it's actually these are doctors, these are like trained professionals on the other end that like know what to look for.
Okay.
So you're sending these dirty pictures of all like your southbound areas, and
Okay.
they're like checking you out for stuff, and like, oh yeah, that is hot. Do you want to come over? Meet me over at regional hospital room.
Room
We
308.
can,
I'll leave a
yeah,
key for you.
yeah, at 4 o'clock on next Tuesday, and we'll we'll bang it out.
Mhm.
hmm hmm
I mean, that's
That's not bad because yeah, if you're like, hey, I have a mole and it's in an area. You text that, doctor zooms in. That's fine. If it's something we could, yeah, it
Yeah.
saves so much
This
time.
is something men need, I think. Yeah. hmm
Yeah,
I I'd go. I
Like
think the
good.
world,
Yeah.
just
Yep.
everyone.
Yeah.
yeah,
A glory hole doctor.
I've heard
yeah.
about
It's great, Mark. It's great.
I've heard about what the other side has to go through at some of their appointments.
Hmm.
That sounds fucking awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Perhaps the world. All right. So, oof. Geez. Okay. I immediately imagine a scenario now that you say that. Hmm. Yeah. God, this is so practical. It's a great idea.
You think I should go on Shark Tank with this idea?
Oh my God. Yeah.
There'd probably be an audience for it there, I would think.
I think so. Yeah.
It makes me want to go try and find a glory hole map in VR chat or something. So
I
anyway, I'm
guarantee there is one. There has to be.
thinking too
Yeah.
far ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if you just put them in convenient places like rest stops.
A lot of traffic going up and down the highways. That's a good place for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I think I told you guys about my rest stop story, right? I think we already talked about that on the podcast.
I don't know, but I got a feeling that once we hear it, I mean, it's probably not the rest stop story. I'm guessing it's a different kind of
We
story.
we've covered a lot of stories, and just to make sure we don't repeat stories over and over, I'm gonna start taking Viagra. You know,
I think I will
help with
too.
my memory.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead. Tell it. Tell it anyway. What?
Yeah, maybe microdose of Viagra or something. I don't know if you take the whole thing or like there's got to be some sort of thing to this article where it's like, you know what? What if you just want to take it to prevent Alzheimer's? It's like a
Right.
quarter of the regular dose or whatever.
Right.
Interesting.
Like I'm not even like joking. Like those are genuine big fears of mine. I
For
think
sure.
the Alzheimer's more than like that is just it's the worst. It's the worst thing.
Hmm.
It's terrifying. And like to think that like yeah, anything that you could do to prevent that. Jesus Christ, sign me up.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There, by the time we get there, there's gonna be something. You know. You know. some kind of pill. Side effect. It'll be hard, but it's not the worst thing.
I know.
Sorry, the truck stop.
Oh yeah,
the lot lizard story you had, or
yeah, I went to a rest stop, and it was 1 in the morning, and I was driving on the highway, and it was 1 in the morning, and there was one other car already parked there, and I rolled up, and it was a guy sitting in his car. The lights were already off, engines off already. But I saw him for like a minute. I rolled up and I parked and I turned the car off. I get out of my car. I take maybe 10 steps. This guy gets out of his car. I go, fuck. I go, this guy is either gonna beat the shit out of me, right? Or he's gonna wanna fuck me, because those are 2 options at this point of time.
Your brain immediately goes there, and not third option. Or he might just have to go to the bathroom.
No, yeah, that was not a question. This guy does not want to go to the bathroom.
Either violence or rape.
And unless he's scared to go into a public bathroom by himself, and he was like, I'm just gonna wait here until someone else.
Maybe, yeah, sure.
That could be.
He doesn't like touching the doors.
I've been there. Where I've waited outside of a door before. Just
let somebody else pull it open and you get all the benefit.
Yeah, hoping.
God.
But so I walk into the bathroom. This guy's, again, he's 10 steps behind me. I go take a piss at the urinal. This guy comes up right next to me. Take a piss. There's other urinals, and he goes, "Man, this weather's pretty crazy, huh?" And I go, "Holy yeah, fucking normal day." Says this weather's pretty crazy, and I go, I should have been like, not really. I mean, it's a normal day, which it was, but
it was 1 in the morning, right?
It's 1 in the morning. That's code. Whatever. That's code for, hey, I'm here to suck something or to get sucked, and whatever I say is either going to let him know that I am down or I am not down, right? I was afraid I was actually going to say the wrong thing. Where he's like, because I was like, yeah, right, and do my business. Nothing else. He walks out. Someone who at 1 in the morning who's waiting at a rest stop, and then all of a sudden pisses right next to you and goes, "It's crazy weather, huh?" That's a code. There's a code.
Well, let me ask you this: was he pissing or no? Was he fake pissing?
I don't know. That's a good point. Okay. Yeah, I think my brain was in such fight or flight mode that I was like,
okay.
That I was like, wasn't listening. I'm like, are you really peeing over there, or are you gonna hit me in the back of the head? But definitely code for, do you want to do something in the stall or whatever, right?
And you answered, you said, I guess, or something like that, and then he left right after that.
No, I said, fine, I'll suck your dick. Crazy weather we're having. Fine, I'll suck your dick. What do you want?
Jesus.
God. That's what I was afraid I was going to answer.
You're so scared.
Don't say the wrong thing. Don't say the wrong thing. I'll suck your dick. Damn it. Yeah, that was what I was afraid of. And I was like, yeah. I was like, man, right? And then like nothing else. And then I left, and he didn't leave the bathroom. Like I walked all the way out, got in my car. He didn't even leave. So it was like, he's hanging out, waiting for something or someone. And that happens. That rest stops are notorious for stopping and no one's there.
All right, well, let's say he was looking to do some extracurricular activities.
Yeah.
What do you think he was waiting for, a specific person or just anybody?
I think it could have been like a Craigslist thing,
and he just like, he didn't know what you looked like, but he thought it was you or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Wow.
What if you were wearing, like, the exact same thing that like the other person said that they would be wearing,
Mm-hmm.
and he thought that you were it, and he follows you in, and then you act like that. He probably didn't come out because he was so embarrassed. He's like, "What did I do? Like, why didn't they? I thought we had a good thing going on. We chatted so much. We had such a good time chatting online,
Mm-hmm.
and then you
Right.
just so coldly and heartlessly just ran out."
He's probably living on the top of a bell tower right now, just being I'm hideous. He's the first time he saw me.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, I feel
Jeez.
sorry for him. I should have blown him just to make him just
I
a
mean,
bit.
you were there.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right. So you finish pissing. You flush. You go. Did you wash your hands or no? You just left.
I didn't flush, but I did wash my hands.
Okay. All right. Do you know? And was he by the time you left? Was he still at the urinal? Was he still?
I don't know. I left the building, right?
Okay.
And when I got in my car, when you're parked there, you can still see the entrance, and he
Mhm.
did not leave.
Okay.
And he supposedly took a piss, which he wasn't pissing that long. No one pisses that long.
You know what's funny is that this guy. How long ago was this? This guy has no idea that we're talking about this right now.
This
Just
is
a piss.
yeah. This is close to about 8 to maybe 6-7 years ago, maybe.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
This guy has no idea we're talking about.
No,
this.
and all he knows is like I was just scared to go in the bathroom by myself.
No, this guy
He
might have
could've-
just. Yeah.
He was
He could have
probably
been like
scared that
the
someone
nicest
was gonna
guy
try to
ever.
fuck him.
Exactly. He's like, "Oh, thank God, somebody that I can go in there with. Who knows what's lurking in that bathroom?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get out, however you big, strong-looking dude, you go in. He's like, "Oh, finally, safety."
Right.
Mhm.
God,
And
to avoid all this confusion, there has to be some sort of more universal code that you can say. You know, too vague. Just let's figure this out and not have both parties thinking too much.
Yeah. Oh, there's too much thinking. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a good point. Which is not something I do normally. So, but in those situations, I think a lot.
Okay.
the peeing next to you, the pee that I mean, that any time of the day, if there's an open urinal,
Mhm.
that's the one thing the one thing that doesn't sit with me, that, like, something was afoot.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
you're right.
Or he just has no idea of, like, social norms, and that's why he followed you into the bathroom and
Could be.
used oh, man, there's really
You're
no you didn't
you're
get his number. You have no way of contacting him?
No
God
way.
damn it.
I know.
No, we can't call him. Ugh. All right, we'll tell you what. We'll put this out there. We'll
You're
tweet it out.
busy.
Do you know which restaurant and what the date was, so we can
If
Ah,
reach
you
out?
man.
if you know the rest stop, I'll drive back out there and put your number on the wall.
Yeah. And say, "Hey,
Please
find
contact. Yeah, I need to talk to you.
You were here,
are you a
Martian.
man who asked me?"
Are you a night man that used the bathroom next to me? Please contact me. I have something important to talk to you about.
We
And
want
you
you
know
on our
what?
podcast.
Love, Mark.
He might be, like you said, a lonely guy, doesn't know social norms. Also, add on that note, say, "I'll show you a good time." I'll show him like a fun time to like take him out and like, "Hey, dude, if you need friends or whatever."
Sure, sure. Hey,
Yeah.
for the trouble, I'll show you a good time. Well, we'll go out, we'll grab a bite.
Yeah.
That
There
seems
has to
nice.
be more universal code because of incidents like this. You actually took me out for a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a waste of time.
I'm sorry, is this not good enough for you? Did you not have fun? Is this too much fun?
Yeah, you're right, Jeff. Every man knows the urinal spacing code, right? You put as much space as possible between all bodies at the urinal wall. That's what you do. You create as much space between everyone as you can. That's almost like a no-brainer, right?
Yeah.
And I think we've gone over part of this before, but like, and then there's no talking. There doesn't need to be
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
any talking, maybe when you're washing your hands. If you're,
Sure.
but I feel like if you're in public place, I mean, I guess the bathroom is a private place. It's in public, and your genitals are in your hands. You're not having conversations with others. That seems like a rule, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes.
Penis out, mouth shut.
Yes.
That's right.
I don't think it's too much to ask.
No.
Wow.
But I feel I do. There's a part of me that thinks that we could be completely wrong, and this nice man is just somewhere bored and lonely,
God, I wonder what he's up to.
just looking for friends in all the wrong ways. It's not his fault. Nobody taught him.
You think he's on Tinder looking for friends, or
Could be.
it's like don't have friends? Why does that? Why is so straightforward?
Don't- Me, no friends. You, a potential friend.
Do you
Yeah.
do you have a hole? Maybe you can fill my hole that I
Who
need.
knows? Here's a flexed arm flyer for a party at my party mansion.
That's right.
Uh,
Wow.
I feel bad for him. I also feel bad. I don't know. There should just be our partition wall, our bathroom partition walls that expensive that we just can't get them for everything.
I mean, they already make stalls. Just make another one.
Right. Right.
Do the same stall. They have women's bathroom, all stalls. Men's bathroom, do the same thing.
And
Yeah.
and if you take away the urinals with no stalls,
Mm-hmm.
then it doesn't look like we're making the choice to go use the toilet. We have no choice. We can't go to the more social urinal. We have to go to the single,
Yeah.
shut off little stall.
No more talking either. Yeah.
No more talking.
Women
and if
aren't
you do,
talking between.
no, I hear nothing coming from those bathrooms.
Yeah, I know. I'm in one and I'm like, no one's talking.
Yeah,
Women's not-
it's quiet in there.
Mhm.
And if you want to do any funny business, you do like whatever it was, the senator that got caught or whoever he was sticking his foot under and tapping on the foot.
Yeah.
That's a good signal. That's a good signal.
Yeah,
It's
that's
direct.
right.
There's no eye
Right.
contact.
Oh, God.
And you can also play it off as an accident, like, hey, I got my feet started slipping over here. Sorry, I didn't mean to tap you on the foot. My feet went
Yeah.
all wild.
I had restless leg syndrome. I got to move that thing around.
Mm-hmm.
God dang. Yeah. All right. When I was in college, I stayed in this dorm, all male dorm, and it was a hall bathroom. Right. So everyone on the hall, if you had to go to the bathroom, you had to go out of your room, walk down the hall in a public and use the public bathroom. The shitter stalls were they weren't tall, they were short. They were brick wall dividers with a regular stall door, but instead of being 6 feet high, they were 3 feet high.
I think I've seen some of those before.
I don't know why in the hell, but it's so awful. So awful. And my roommate knew about my shitting anxiety,
Oh my God.
and he would prank me. If he knew I was going to the bathroom, I would try to be real discreet and just be like, oh geez, I forgot something. And then I would go try and shit. But he knew what I was doing. And he would go in there and he might throw something over the stall or, at me. He was a joker. I had to leave the building sometimes and go find an administrative building to shit.
I was going to say, if
Sometimes.
I were you, I'd have gone to the library to shit.
I would sometimes do that. Sometimes I would, there were 3 floors on that dorm. So sometimes I would go to the first floor or third floor just to throw him off. It was like a cat and mouse game. It was.
Did he ever catch you on one of the other floors?
He may have, but I don't think he tried that
Fucking
hard.
determination to be like, he's not in here. I'm going to continue to try to find him.
We have
That's
to.
unbelievable.
We have to have him on the pod one day, I think, because
I would love to, man.
He's God. I learned so much from him and his humor. He would I appreciated his humor. Sometimes it'd be like in the middle of the night on a school night, 3, 4 in the morning. I would have to get up and pee. I would quietly, as I possibly could, get up, go to the bathroom, quietly open the door, go piss, walk back, dead silent the whole time, quietly open the door to my dorm, back open, and close it. And by the time you're back in your dorm room, your eyes haven't adjusted. Your eyes have adjusted to the bright light of the hallway in the bathroom. He would sit there in the corner in the dark and wait for me to get back just so he could jump out and scare me.
Jesus Christ.
At 3 and 4 in the morning, like he doesn't have to pee at all. He just like doesn't wake up and go back to sleep. He goes, "Oh, I see opportunity."
Just for a goof.
That's determination.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a guy you want in your corner.
If I saw somebody do that at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning and I was still in bed, I wouldn't get out of bed to go hide in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were lucky to have each other because I appreciated that humor and he appreciated such a tolerant guy.
Yeah, you guys
just
are a
had
good fit.
a captive victim there.
Yeah.
You were a godsend to him.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Oh man. Yeah. What? You probably don't get enough credit for that. Think about what if he had some dickhead that didn't put up with it.
Yeah.
How much worse his life would be if he didn't have those years of being able to do what he wanted to do. Pat yourself on the back for that one.
Yep. Yeah. And if you remember from previous podcasts, this was the same roommate who shat in a cereal box while driving down the highway because he had to go diarrhea so bad. That guy. So yeah, we'll have him on.
Yeah,
I'll give him a call.
that'd be awesome.
Which do you think would be worse? Our partition, like what Steven was saying, that's only 3 feet up, or goes from the floor to 3 feet high, or comes down from the ceiling and stops at mid chest height.
God, you just described a reoccurring nightmare I have sometimes.
Where you're having to choose which bathroom to go into?
Yeah, I have to go to the bathroom and the perfect stall doesn't exist. So
Oh, really? That's a reoccurring nightmare for you?
it was a while ago. Yeah, you go into a huge public bathroom, hundreds of stalls, but there's something wrong with every one, and you can never find.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's really neat.
I think it's a shit dream, right? Like how you have pee dreams if you got to go. I think it's like a shit dream. So
what do you mean? Like you have to shit in the middle of the night?
Shit in real life, yeah.
Oh yeah, wow.
And your brain generates a dream, and your brain's trying to fight against you and be like, "No, you can't shit now," and I'll tell you why. Oh, I'll just make up a story,
Your brain's just like, no. I know you're awake.
He's asleep, and he doesn't think he's asleep. Yeah.
So that's an interesting concept because your brain is doing everything. Who, your brain is making you dream? Then who's trying to stop you? Is it your asshole? Because
who's in charge here?
Yeah.
That's a great question. I don't know.
We still need to get a doctor on here at some point.
I think so.
I would love to get a doctor on here. I got a pair of balls I want to show him.
You're talking about back to the Viagra thing from earlier. And they say that Sudoku and crosswords and those word puzzles, that kind of brain activity helps fend off Alzheimer's. And do you think it's just because of you take the Viagra, you got to try and figure out what to do with your boner for that just is that much more brain activity? Well, I have this now, I have to do something with it.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, right.
Just like a little logic puzzle. Where do I put this thing? Huh.
It's fascinating stuff.
Now I kind of wonder if we could get sponsored by one of those Blue Chew, because no joke, if it did have these positive benefits, which apparently it has, I would 100% take it.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. This is without a doubt. As long as the doc said, yeah, this is fine. Yeah, do it.
Well,
As long as the
research.
doc banged on the wall to signal, "Hey, you're fine."
Yeah, just banging 2 bangs for good and 1 for no.
Yeah.
There's a local comic, John Bonney, R.I.P. John Bonney. He was like in his 80s, and he would do
Oh,
the open
geez,
mics and
really? Did
stuff.
he? I know who you're talking about.
Oh yeah, he passed like
He passed away, really?
yeah, like
Oh,
shit,
damn.
maybe 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. But he had a great joke. He won an Emmy on and he wrote
What?
for Three's Company and the Electric Company. And one of his jokes, it's so funny because obviously he's hilarious and he's on stage. He's like late 70s, and he had a great joke about Viagra. He's like, it says if you take Viagra and you get hard for more than 4 hours, call a doctor. And he's like, yeah, right. He's like, if that happens to me, I'm going to be ringing doorbells up and down the street in my neighborhood. I'll be ringing them from the curb. Great joke.
Yeah, I remember that one too.
Damn.
Okay. I saw him perform that set a few times over the years.
Funny.
Wow. Damn, I didn't realize he passed away. Right.
That's the one thing about like it's humor is like there's no doesn't matter your age, like to be funny,
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about. Oh, you go on.
No, go.
I would assume at that age, like he's not doing it for money.
Right.
He had probably made, all his money. He was like, that's so crazy to me. Like that drive, I guess, that he would have to force himself or the, I guess, still high he got from, getting a laugh from people to be that age and make yourself going out and doing that kind of stuff. Like that's crazy. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I hope I have anything like that in my life at that age.
Yeah. Yeah, same. Where I think he just likes the challenge of getting finding an idea, what's funny about it, how do I say it, all that sort of stuff. I mean, it's really it's like the hardest, it's the funnest and the hardest thing I've ever done, where it's like there are nights where you're like, I want to quit. This sucks. Some nights I did quit. I had a couple nights where I was like, that's it, that was my last set, and I'll never do it again. Fuck that, this is stupid, I'm wasting my time. And then like 24 hours later you go, but what about a doctor that you got to go to a glory hole for? Is that funny? You have like a small idea where it's like, I wonder what I can do, and then that piques your interest to try it again. So anyway,
well, speaking of doctors, guys, do you know what that sound means?
Oh,
it's our time for the week.
Yeah.
Oh, our time is up, huh?
That's our time for the session.
Oh, okay.
I don't validate parking.
I got a lot out of this one, so thanks very much.
What are you pointing to?
Oh, sorry. I'll leave.
If you don't mind stopping in the bathroom on your way out.
Okay.
Well, guys, do we have anything going on this week? I know, Steven, there's a game, and by the time everybody hears this will be a time. I'm very excited about streaming Heavenly Bodies. I think we're going to do that tomorrow, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Mark, are you still taking time off for the holidays? No.
Yeah, I shut it down. I'm gonna go back in January, and hopefully I'll have some dates of different places around here, but also like in different states and stuff. I'm hopefully get down to Florida and Georgia and South Carolina and maybe Virginia if I can swing it.
I know you're talking about doing the tour with your friend, or
Mhm.
now. I'm not really big on like the streaming platforms and everything. Since you're not doing any shows, are the places that are hosting your album, like Amazon Music and Apple and Spotify, are they gonna hold off on playing your album while you're not
No.
doing comedy? Is that how that works? I don't understand
Yeah.
how that works.
Yeah, no, all those ones you mentioned, Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music will all continue to play my album. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
wow. So anybody, like, any time of the day, like, throughout this month, people can go and get that?
yeah, yeah, and in fact,
Holy shit.
that would make a great Christmas or Hanukkah gift, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, that would be an amazing gift to give someone, the gift of laughter. What's better than that?
I mean, yeah, I
Huh.
mean, what laughter is worth 1,000 medicines, I think is what they say.
It's also subjective, so it could make them angry too that it's not as funny as it's not their type of humor.
Hey, but hey, well, what's better, giving a gift to yourself? That's something that people could do.
Mhm. Mm, great
So,
Yeah.
point. Thank you.
well, that's neat. I didn't know that about streaming platforms. I'm glad to learn some of this tech info.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm living in Silicon Valley over here. This
Wow.
is the future. Well, okay. Well, then you know what? I'm at midnight tonight. I might go buy a copy
Okay.
or
And
two.
then
Buy one,
after
give one.
after that, go see that doc in a box.
Yep.
Ghost.
Yep. You gotta give.
You
Yeah.
gotta give. All right, everybody. Well, we will be back next week. We hope to see you here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank you and good night.
Good night, everybody.
See you later.